Okay, so before diving straight into the project, let me first introduce you to the basic concept of webhooks, that how webhooks actually work. So here I have done a mock setup of a Clerk's webhook. So I will be demonstrating how Clerk's webhook actually works. So at the starting of the project, there will be two sessions running. One is the localhost session, which will be the basic amount of npm rundev or pnpm rundev. And the another one would be the ngrok tunnel, which will be the forwarding of the localhost. So we will get a public URL which will be pointing towards the localhost. So at the starting of the project, where as soon as I click on the sign up with Google button, that will be provided to me via the Clerk. So as soon as I click on that button, an API request will be sent to my Clerk's account. And as soon as that request is sent to the Clerk, there will be a trigger that will be invoked, because I will be having a condition that as soon as user gets created in my Clerk's dashboard, the webhook event gets triggered. So let me first show you that how will I will be configuring this webhook event. So in the Clerk's dashboard, there will be a tab known as configure. We can go there, and under the developers tab, there is the option of webhook. So in that, here you can see this is the ngrok tunnel URL which I will be getting from by starting an ngrok tunnel. So I will be pasting that ngrok tunnel over here. And here I have subscribed to two main events, that is user gets created or user gets updated. So when these two events occur, the ngrok tunnel is there is a post request sent to the ngrok tunnel. So here I have shown the same thing, that Clerk sends the webhook notification to the configured URL. So there you can see the ngrok tunnel. So same here, I have shown that this will be the configured URL. So there will be a post request sent to that URL. And here, as soon as this ngrok tunnel gets this request, it will send it back to our local host. And on our local host side, there will be the post there will be there will be the server listening to the post request. So it will listen to this ngrok's post request, and it will get all the relevant fields such as clerk's unique ID, email address, first name, image URL, and it will extract all the details and store it in the database. So you can see, rather than simply sending all the details in the URL headers, this is a more efficient and a serverless architecture. Okay, so on top of this webhook concept, another thing that I would like to introduce to you is that how we can detect the drive changes that are occurred and how we can get them to on our backend. So here in the Clerk's dashboard, I have configured the Google sign-in, and in that I have added the scopes of user info, user profile, and this three main drive read only, drive.metadata, and drive.activity. All these things I have got from the Google's official documentation. Okay, so further, I have also enabled the Drive API in my Cloud Console project that I have created. Now, for quick understanding, I have created a GitHub repo which you can also play around, which demonstrates how Google Drive webhook notifications work and how you can detect them on your Express server. One core configuration in this project is the access token. So how you can get the access token? All other things you can get from your Cloud Console project. But for access token, you can go to this link, which is the OAuth playground provided by the developers Google. And here you can select use your own OAuth credentials and provide your OAuth client ID and client secret. And from here you can. Okay, so enough of theoretical part. Let us now move to the actual project demonstration. Later on, we will look into the how actual Slack, Discord, and Notion is connected and configured. So here there are three main sessions running. First of all is the server main server that is running using the simple pnpm run dev command. Second is the Prisma Studio. So in this project, I am using the Prisma Studio, which is provided by the Neotech. It is a database that is connected and it is running on this endpoint, localhost 5555. So I can visit over there, and here I can look into my database. Third is the ngrok tunnel, which we have been talking since long. So I will grab this ngrok URL and paste into my .env file over here. Now let's visit the actual website. So here is the actual website of the Canvas AI. All these components are provided by you are built using two important UI libraries which I have used. First of all is the shared CN UI. They provide a simple simple to use components. Secondly is the SNET UI. This one is my favorite UI library so far. They provide a large variety of modern looking components which I can directly grab and use in my website. So now let's get started with the actual website. So as soon as I click over here, it will check whether the Clerk session is available or not. Since right now the Clerk session is not available, it will redirect me to the sign in page where I will need to sign in. This component is provided to me via Clerk. So as soon as I have signed in, it will redirect me to the dashboard page, which is configured in the configurations of the Clerk itself. So here we have workflows, settings, and connections. So first, let's go to the settings page. Okay, so in the settings page, we are displaying the basic user information like their name and email, which is fresh from the database itself. And here you can see the option of the profile picture. So as I click on this button, we can we can upload a profile picture and can store that profile picture CDN link in the database. So here I will demonstrate it once. So suppose I am uploading this screenshot image, so it will get uploaded and it will return a CDN link which will be stored in my Prisma Studios database. And this functionality is possible via the Uploadcare. So that file upload component was provided to me via this Uploadcare. And over here you can see that here is that image which I uploaded, and this will give me this URL back which I will store in my database. Okay, so now let us connect all the external applications to our app. So right now the Google Drive has already been connected since we had mentioned all the scopes in our Clerk API. So the Clerk webhook returned all the required details regarding the access token, and it has already been stored in our database. So now let us look how I will connect all the other applications. So each application will have its own authorization code, which we will have to store in the env file, and how we can get all those authorization code. So here I have mentioned the steps to get the authorization codes for each and every application for Notion, for Slack, as well as for Discord. So you can check this out surely. It is in my GitHub repo. So now whenever I click on the connect button, what it will essentially do, it will send the request to the redirect URL, which will that redirect URL will contain my client ID, the scope, and other details. So when the request is sent to that redirect URL, a callback handler will essentially change all the will essentially change the access token in return of the authorization code which I had sent. So in return, I will get the access tokens, and that access tokens I will store in my database, which will be helpful later to send messages to that application externally from this app. So let us first start by connecting the Discord. So here you can see the redirect URL contains my client ID and other essential information. So here I will select the server and the channel. and then click on authorize. So if this step is successful, it will redirect back to me the application. Okay, now let us connect the Notion. Here I will select the page which I want, for which I want the messages to be sent, and I will allow the access to that. Here see you can see it has sent back the access token. Lastly, we will connect the Slack. I will click on the allow, and all three of them has been successfully stored. Now let us check in the database whether this is reflected or not. So I will go to the Prisma Studio and I will refresh it once. And as you can see, all the three Notion, Discord, and Slack has been successfully connected to our application. So further we will look into the workflows creation. Okay, so now that all the external applications have been connected to our app, let us move and try to create a new workflow. So here in the workflows tab, I will create a new workflow. And as soon as I click on save, all the details regarding the workflow will be created. Suppose here the unique ID regarding the workflow has been created and stored in the database. So now that every time I visit this workflow, all the components or nodes detail will be which are stored in the database will be fetched and will be displayed over here. And this amazing canvas has been provided via the library known as ReactFlow. It is an amazing library to create such drag and drop functionality in the application. It provides a whole canvas library and also has the amazing documentation which we can refer and build such similar applications regarding the drag and drop functionalities. Okay, so now let's try creating a workflow. So here, first of all, I will select the Google Drive, which will be initiator node, which will detect changes and start the whole workflow. So here in the settings tab, you can see the account has already been connected. And in the actions tab, I will create a listener. So it has started listening to any changes which is happening in the Google Drive account. It is acting similar to the drive underscore changes GitHub repo that we checked out recently. So now if any changes occur in my Google Drive account, it will be reflected over here. Now let us start by creating a whole workflow. So first of all, I will connect the Notion. So here I have connected the Notion node and the account has already been connected. All the account related details are stored in the connections. So it will fetch and check if the account is connected or not. And then here I can send a test message. Uh, right now, while creating the workflow, also I can test the message by sending a test message over there. So here, as soon as I click on the test message, sending the test message, here you can see the test message has been reflected in my Notion database. So now let us connect another application. Let's try connecting the Discord first. So here I have connected the Discord. I will connect it with the workflow and I will move to the account. It is already connected. Now let us uh, send a test message over here also. Also, another cool functionality is that we can also send the file related information that is fetched by the Google Drive API. Suppose here I will click on the file name. So every time the file name will also be sent to the Discord. Suppose any other file reflects, then hello mess. test message plus that file name will be sent dynamically. So here I will click on the test message and then visit my Discord, and you can see the test message as well as the file name has been reflected, and this whole is like a bot type thing. So Discord provides me the bots in its documentation, which I can connect to my application. Now finally let's connect the Slack node. So here I will connect the Slack node and visit the settings tab. The account is already been connected. Here, another cool thing is that we can select in which channel we want to send the message. This channel's functionality is also been provided by the Slacks API, which I will soon talk about. So here I will select the channel and then I will select the test. So I will create the message. Okay. And then I will click on the send message. Now let us check the Slack thing. So here is my Slack, and here is my channel which I had selected. And you can see here also got the test message. So cool, all three of them are working perfectly. So I can just now click and save this whole workflow, and the workflow will be saved in my database, and then I can publish it so that every time a new file will be detected, the whole workflow will be executed. And this we can do via cron jobs.